Hey everyone, time for that weekly update video. I'll be covering Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, Doge, Stewie, and a few other meme coins. But before I do that, I want to get into one of the most commonly asked questions in my DMs, questions that I see in chats, and I just want to address that. And that is, when is the bull run starting? We are in a bull run. Stuff like that, okay? First of all, we've been in a bull run since 25K, and I will explain why that is. Oh, by the way, don't be like this person here, right? As a trader, you have to be able to adapt to current market, environments and conditions. This guy, total idiot. Don't care who he is. If you're watching this video, you're an idiot. But I mentioned before that pullbacks in a bull market are going to be shallow. By the pullbacks, you can't wait for a 20% dip. It's going to happen. Yes, it's happened before, but basically, I'm not going to get into it. Let me quickly show you why we've been in a bull run since 25K. People that are just coming into the space, you are in this last leg up. Okay. This is the last leg up before we're almost topping out. So I'm not rushing anyone here. This is what I personally believe, and I will explain why that is right here. Okay, so this right here, this 25K level, was our last lower high before we broke out and flipped it to support. Okay, so once we broke 25K, that was a trend change. That was a market structure break to the upside, a bullish one in fact, and we put in the start of the trend. Okay, so this is where the trend began. Okay, now if we were to go back to last cycle, I'm going to go on a lower time frame here. All right. March of 2020 is, in my opinion, when the bull run actually began. The halving was in April, right? Although we didn't have the halving start here until 2024, but the COVID dump started everything. Okay, and that happened right here. Okay, and same thing happened here. All right. Let me go to a quick spot chart so I can show you guys that. Always use a spot chart. So here is that level. Oops. Okay, that 10K, 11K resistance, we broke out and we flipped it, and then that's when we had that trend change, right? We had that run up. Okay, same thing happened here. Here was our last lower high, lower low. We broke out, had a market structure break, came back, and that is when we started making higher highs and higher lows all the way till now. Okay, that is when the bull run began, right? So people that are asking, bull run, are we in it? When does it start? When does alt season start? We started the bull run back in 2023 at the beginning of March. Coincidentally, same thing here, right? March started the bull run, in my opinion. There's that trend change as well, and that is what I believe. I don't care what anyone else has to say. I don't listen to any other, big name advocate in the space. I do my own analysis, and you also should be able to do your own analysis instead of relying on not just myself but other big names in the space, people you follow, crypto Twitter, so on and so forth. Okay, so we started the bull run. We are on our last leg up. Okay, if we were to take waves here, sorry. Okay, so first wave, right? Here's 3, here's 4, probably 5 starts somewhere around here. Okay. Now I don't give price targets. I'm not going to give price targets. You should take profits whenever you are happy. I will sell when there is a break of structure. But fifth wave should send us somewhere to like 95 to 110K. Okay. What happens there doesn't matter to me. But this is your wave structure. Okay. First impulse, second down, third up, fourth, and then fifth. All right. Now, if we apply this to altcoins, right? Bitcoin dominance is soaring. We are at 60%. Okay, it's coming down. Alts are running. When people are asking about when does alt season start, it's already starting. We've had memes that are putting 30 to 40% in a single day. Some other coins like HBAR, for example, today put up 30%. This is alt season. When we're talking about a full-on expansion of that or an extension of that, then yes, but it's already started. All right, so this is what I want to address. And for example, coins like Sol, right? When you're asking about alt season, back in March of last year, okay, this thing was at 20 bucks. All right. This did it 850%, an 8x, 8.5x since then. Okay, when we're talking about alt season, this has already happened. So this brief period or window of alts going crazy, yes, it's going to happen, but it's already happening. It's happening in niches. Memes first, where are the funds going to rotate? My next sector is going to be the RWAs, which I will talk about only in the Discord later on. Okay, so let's go back to Bitcoin here. Let's go to the perp chart. We're going to be talking about what happens from here. All right. Now, here's resistance. Okay. And let's draw our lows. It's cleaner on the 4-hour. Okay. This is our range for now. Okay. You can say that there is a possible bull flag forming here, right? We had a possible breakout, maybe another rejection here, but this is our range. We are close to range highs, so it's very risky to open up any longs for at least Bitcoin here. Okay, what I personally would love for it to happen is I would love for us to range between 90K to 73K for a little bit to allow these altcoins to run. All right, so something like this for a little bit to run before we get that blow off top to that 105 to 115K range. Okay, is it going to happen? Who knows? But this is our current 4-hour range, 85 to 86K, and 92 to 93K is our range high. Okay, if we are able to get a dip into 85 to 88K, I would love range lows. So like the setup would look something like this. Okay. Now be careful on this one. This would be a conditional play. So you would want these lows to be taken out, come back down, lows swept, right? Reclaim here. That would trigger the long with the stops below. I wouldn't set limit order here. You'd have to play that conditionally with the trigger. Or we come back down into this order block here, and it's a very, very risky play, risky setup, but looks something like this. So 88.4K-ish with stops below 87K. Because if you were to get stopped out here, we'd probably visit these lows here. Okay, so this one's a lot riskier. This is a conditional trigger play. I would not short resistance here. There is no benefit to anyone shorting an uptrend. In a bull market or in an uptrend, you would rather play pullbacks than trying to long tops. I've seen so many people try to call tops that, they just can keep getting blown out. All right. So I personally disable my short button. I'm not going to give any shorts to anyone. I don't care for shorts. I'd rather, I'd rather miss this and long here. Example, I'm not saying long this for this. I'd be willing to give that up. All right. But again, that's just my personal advice. No reason to short. Okay. But let's see what happens. Like, we have a big week. I do think that ETH eventually does run. This is a play that I gave on my Discord, or sorry, Twitter. Okay. If you guys caught it, it was longs around here, stops below, got a 5% move. Leverage plays I really don't give in the Discord. I'm probably going to set something up where, we can do it more often. But we'll take a look. Now, yes, I'm still in that long, but let's take a look at ETH. All right, so we have a falling wedge. We had a head and shoulders. Right, technical targets of this head and shoulders is around 2,900. Will we hit it? No idea. It's just technical targets, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, right? We made a lower high here, and if you guys follow the Quasimodo pattern, my favorite pattern, there we go. We hit it perfectly and then dumped, okay? So that is our resistance. 3,200 is very strong resistance. We have a falling wedge here, a falling wedge within a falling wedge. Okay, just got a nice little dump here. I'm personally buying. I bought yesterday at 31.36, buying down at 28.50. We have a demand zone here. Would also be perfectly in line with this previous support that we lost. So any retest in that area is good in my opinion. And I'm targeting around 37 to 4,100 from that point on. All right. If we are able to get that dip, great, buy, and then target higher. Eventually, ETH will run. It's just not, it's going to be the most hated rally when it eventually runs. A lot of people will miss it because they will try to short it, and it's going to pull what Sol is doing now, right? So it's going to be one of the most obvious plays in hindsight. So that's why I don't care about what price to buy at. I'm just going to DCA if we get it, right? Now let's take a look at Sol. Okay. Just look at this. We have a cup and handle that broke out, right? Target for this cup and handle, technical targets, is around $400. Okay. If we get a monthly retest at 205 somehow, some way, that is a buy. Okay. So a retest of this cup and handle is a buy. And remember, last bull run, we had multiple dips of 20% or greater. I think we had like 9 or 10. It's going to happen. It will happen to flush out leverage longs when funding gets high. So just set your limit orders in case every night, just in case we have, a fake out. Okay. Now let's take a look at this on a shorter time frame. Actually, let's do this. Okay. So we broke out of this local high that we had this year, 210-ish. We broke out and we flipped it to support. That was where you should have bought. All right. I was hoping for wicks below. never got it, should have bought there, so on and so forth. We can't dwell on the past. Okay. Now, if we take a look at this on a shorter time frame, notice how on the daily, right, we broke out and retested this level. Okay, let's apply that same exact logic to here. Okay, if this is our local high now, okay, I would buy anything from front run it a little bit, basically 227 down to 210 if given the chance. This is going to be your buy zone. Okay, and target $400 from there. Right, you have a demand zone here. Okay, this is your SR retest. Lower time frames here. Right, this is just making highs. Who knows, maybe it flips here and then continues to go higher. So it's just very risky to buy so close to all-time highs. But again, this will probably be one of the strongest runners in the next couple of weeks. So if we get a dip to 227 down to 210, that is a buying opportunity. Applying the same logic of a flip and or a retest and a flip, same concept here, right? So probably will have new all-time highs by the time I wake up tomorrow. Just a guess. We'll see. Next coin, and the king of memes, Dogecoin. Very nice bull flag forming here. All right, bounced off support earlier during the weekend. This is your support zone. All right. Any dips into this 30-cent demand zone is a buy as well. We are at resistance here, so this is a very strong resistance. Okay, had support for a little bit, lost it, turned into resistance. Above this level, we will probably go to, like, I don't know, 45 cents. So a flip above this level. All right, we actually have broken out here on a lower time frame. Let's go there. There's the breakout. There's the retest. I'm in from 36 cents. I'm buying down all the way to 32 and 30 cents if given the opportunity. This demand zone is doing its job. So if you are able to get here, this order block, and maybe another retest, right? That's where you could buy. We are putting in another higher low here. So this is the boss level to flip, 38.5. But dips into here in the green, I would start accumulating a bag. I do think that Dogecoin does run this week or continue its uptrend. It's just consolidating here. After you have a 3x in a single week or 2 weeks, November 3rd, 2 weeks, 3x, right? It's time to consolidate a little bit before its next leg up. Okay, so Dogecoin looks very, very strong. 38.5 could see maybe one more sell-off. But then at that point, you also have a inverse head and shoulders. And then target of this low time frame inverse head and shoulders is about 42 cents. Okay. So that's Dogecoin. Again, a must buy coin for the next, or actually this whole entire cycle, but for the next month and a half, I do think this continues to grind higher. I do see targets of 75 cents to $1 on this coin. It's a 2x from here, not bad. Now, the one coin that I do want to make people aware of currently is SUI. All right, SUI has had this huge run up. Okay, all-time highs. Now, I'd be careful here personally. Yes, this can continue to run, but we have strong demand. Okay, from 1 cent down to $3.15. Okay, this is where I would personally buy this demand zone here. Okay, yes, this can continue to run here, but we are slowly starting to see some type of channel. And, channel breakout, super bullish if we can break out from this channel. But you also have to keep in mind that eventually, does this trend line here give? Okay, break below this trend line, retest. I would probably set bids around 341 down to, or sorry, 342 down to $3.15. Otherwise, this slowly starts to grind higher and higher. But at some point, this is going to show weakness, and this is going to be an area buy. So caution if you're trying to get into SUI at these levels. Low time frame here, right? This looks similar like this, right? We had an impulse up. Here's the impulse up. Slight dip into the highs, right? And then lower, right? Come back into that trend line, and then follow up with another impulse up. Okay. Here is your resistance, which we are currently at. We also might have a weird cup and handle forming here. So if you're going to leverage trade this, you're gonna wait for a flip to happen. You're gonna wait for a breakout, retest and hold, and you're going to place stops very tightly, probably here. Entry around 389 conditionally, and you're going to target the top of the trend line. Okay, lose this. You're going to do something like this. Okay, breakdown, retest, bearish retest, confirm, close below, and you're going to target here at the previous highs on our demand zone on the 4-hour. All right. So again, this has been like one of the most common coins that I've been seeing in chats. Just keep an eye out on that. And another reason to be careful with the 4-hour closing in 2 hours here. All right. Closing below resistance, daily and showing indecisiveness. Just be careful. Next coin. And I made a subtle hint on this, but PEPE looks strong. Okay, same thing with Dogecoin here, right? Had a huge move up. Now it's showing some type of pennant here, right? It's about to, give signs here. Is it going to be a breakout, or is it going to be a breakdown? Now, the daily closed decently, right? Nothing too special, but we're getting close to a point of breakout. Now, same thing here, right? This broke all-time highs. If we get a dip to previous highs, that is where you are going to bid, right? Buying all-time high retests or previous all-time high retests are a great way to make money. So if you are able to get, point, I'm not going to say all the zeros, but 1725, beautiful. All right, that's where you're going to buy and target much higher. Lower time frame, again, we're independent here. We have demand, so buys in here make sense. It's not going to change anything. This can probably come back down to something like this at that point. Trend lines are only valid with 3 touches. So this is still in a downtrend here. Volume is getting lower and lower here, like we don't have much movement. So something is going to happen. We're going to get one type of breakout, either to the upside, to the downside. this looks good. I mean, if the market continues to run, Dogecoin continues to run, memes continue to run, I do see that this puts another at least 10 to 15% in the tank. All right. So this is another coin I'd probably buy in the green zone. All right. And last but not least, POCAT. Let me get a clean chart. We're in this already. Those that are in the Discord with me. Whoops. Okay. So yesterday's candle put an SFP here. Okay, we took out the highs. Let me go to a 12-hour. Okay, we got an order block there. All right. So here are the 2 points of interest for me. All right. We can actually have this one as well. So one, we come down, right? We hold and show strength. I look to buy this order block and target there. All right. Otherwise, I would want a sweep of these lows. Start my, actually, I'd start my, and this would be a spot play. Start my entry here, DCA here, average to like somewhere there, and I play this. Okay. I would not look to cut this unless we have a 12-hour close below $1.40. All right. Otherwise, I will buy these dips in this area and target $2 again. We'll be out of a 5-hour trade. Okay. Again, meme coins. This is showing strength. Doge is showing strength. PEPE is showing strength. And Bonk. Bonk just broke all-time highs, so it's also in price discovery. That is a 30% trade that I gave in the Discord. But these are all the coins that I have on my radar. Number one is obviously Doge. 2, if we get dips for Sol, then yes, but I'm not going to be entering in anything else, especially with Bitcoin at this resistance here. If we get a dip or a early flush, that's when you're going to buy. Bitcoin volatility is also getting dry here, right? So I expect a big move, probably within 3 days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and see what happens from there. That's all I have on my end. I will catch you guys later. Thanks, guys.